thing he's already said is that withdrawal completely from Afghanistan is not an option. Let's get real. With me now, Kristen Rouse. She's a first lieutenant in the Army National Guard and the founder of Veterans for Afghanistan. Kristen, when did you serve and in what capacity in Afghanistan?
I served in Afghanistan with the Army's 10th Mountain Division from February 2006 until January 2007. I was there for a total of 12 months.
And what was a day like for you while you were there?
Well, I was primarily based at Bagram Airfield, which is the largest base in Afghanistan. It's very well fortified, and fortunately for me, I had a very comfortable and safe life. But I was supporting teams of medics who were all over the country, some in eastern Kunar province and Nuristan province, in Kabul, in Kandahar, at Ghazni, Mazar-e Sharif, and they had some very challenging experiences out there.
You know, it's interesting because when we're taught, there's a lot of experts who throw their 2 cents in about what should happen in Afghanistan. Some people really say you can't win any kind of mission there unless you win for the Afghan people what looks like a stable, somewhat financially successful society. How would you describe life for civilians in Afghanistan?
What I saw was it really changed my life. I would see people, especially in the rural areas, that were extremely impoverished. They're living in villages like they have for the last many centuries, made out of mud brick, farming fields that are, beautifully terraced up into the mountains. They've figured out an irrigation system with these hand-packed mud walls to divert the water, to make these fields just green, green, green in the brown Afghan mountains. And but it's really like, I would say it's like Little House on the Prairie, but in a modern day combat zone.
And for you coming back to start an organization like this, what are you trying to accomplish from here for the people of Afghanistan?
Well, Veterans for Afghanistan has two missions. One is for veterans to tell our stories about what we did, about what I call the human dimension of our service in Afghanistan, and why we believe that Afghanistan really matters. And then we also want to reach back and help Afghan civilians rebuild their countries and rebuild their country, particularly educating children and empowering women.
And you're heading back?
I am. I'm going to be doing a second tour. This time I'll be with the National Guard, and it should be in the early months of next year.
All right. And Kristen, if people want to help, how can they get hold of you?
They can look at my website, veteransforafghanistan.org, and they can see we've only been in existence for about 6 months. We've done a few events where veterans have told their stories, and we've raised cash donations to give back to an Afghan-led NGO called the Afghan Child Education and Care Organization, FCECO. And we've been able to buy sports equipment and firewood for orphans.
Orphanages. Yeah.
Yes, and
incredible.
So check us out, veteransforafghanistan.org.
Kristen, thank you so much for coming in and giving us a little taste of what you were able to see on the ground there in Afghanistan.
Thank you so much.
And we're asking for your first